So, we have seen how to create a dictionary and what are the possible things can be happened in a dictionary, right? You can create a set inside a dictionary or you can create a list or tuple. Now, let us understand the various methods over a dictionary. The first thing we have seen already, how to access the items from a dictionary, right? I mean, you can just make sure that you pass a key and you get the value. So, here A is a dictionary and how do you access that? A of 1, that's it, right? Now, let us see how do you just go for adding elements into a dictionary and how do you remove elements from a dictionary. Just make it simple. Always I will be preferring only hands on part. So, let me open my IDLE and let me start giving it. Suppose if I give A is equal to 1, 1 is to 4, 3 is to 5 and 6 is to 7. So, when I create a dictionary in this way, first let us start accessing the items. Let us start with that because it depends on how do you use them. So, when I start accessing the item, that means generally you go for indexing part, but in set you do not have indexing, right? Yes, because in list you have indexing, in tuple you have indexing, in strings you have, but sets does not allow duplicates. So, there is no indexing part. Now, let me start giving like this A of 0. You start giving like this because indexing always starts at 0. You think this as 0, 1, 2. If you just think in that way, that is wrong, because when you give A of 0 you get key error because there is no key such as 0. That means you only access them with accessing only with keys. You just need to mention key. So, what do you give A of 1? You got the output as 4 obviously, because this specific key is getting the value. So, 4 is the value. That means if you pass any other key which is not present in the dictionary, you get the error as key error. So, make it very simple, generalize it, because if you do not pass anything like this, if you pass like this, you got a key error because there is no 25. But there is also a method present in dictionary where you can override the errors also. That is where you use get method. Get in the sense you are trying to take it, right. So, you use get, it returns the value associated with the key. If it is not present, it will override it. It will not give anything. Suppose if I give get of 1, you get 4, because when I just make sure that when I give get, it will generally try to return the value associated with the key. It tries to returns the value, associated with it. That is the main reason. It will try to return the value associated with the key. If key is not present, it will not throw any error, it will just leave as it is. If key is not present, it will never ever throw any error, it just returns nothing. If key is not present, it will print nothing, just like let's make it in that way, it will print nothing. That means if you go for A dot get of 25, there is no error. But if you use print function, you get none. So, do not use print function over there. Print of A dot get of 25, you get none. So, if the key is present, you try to access by the indexing concept where you get the value. If you go for A dot get of it, you just give A dot get of key, you get the value. So, get is the first method, because even you have one more technique. You see, it is asking key comma default is equal to none. That means if you try to give like this, you get the value 26, but it is not being updated in the dictionary. There is no use of it, because it will just take the default values. If the key is present, it will print the value. If it is not present, it will not print anything. Just make it simple, because always see what are the attributes, what are the arguments present in the function. So, only match according to that, because if you do not match according to that, what do you get? You see, type error, attribute error, index error, syntax error, value error. If you are good at these 5 things at least, you can easily make wonders in Python, because that is the way I learn. I always tell from experience. So, make it use in that way, guys. Please make it simple. Always make sure that you do not make errors. So, A dot get. So, if you go for get, if the key is present, it will just make sure that it will give the value. If it is not present, you need not worry about it, it will not print anything. So, this is how you first try to access the elements from a dictionary, right. Then we have some methods, right. How can you access pairwise? Yes, you can get only keys by using dot keys, because these are very very important when we go for control statements. When you go for a dot keys, you see a dot keys, it is a set like object providing a view of these keys. Yes, it returns a sequence of keys. Very good. It returns a sequence of keys, because always read from the attributes only. It returns a sequence of keys from dictionary. So, that itself it will clearly give you, because you are getting dict underscore keys. What are the keys you are having? 1, 3, 6. Whether you have a dictionary inside dictionary also, it will print you the same thing. So, you need not worry about that part, because even I will take an example for that also. You will be easy for that. So, dot keys will return only keys, and in the same way if you go for values, a dot values will generally get, because if you wanted to see the things in pairs, a dot values will get only values. But what if you want to get both of them? You also have one technique, which is items, where you get each and every pair as a tuple inside a list. You see, this is a pair, this is a pair, this is a pair, because we have multiple ways to denote a dictionary. You write like this, it becomes a dictionary, or even you can do like this, a is equal to dict of, you create like this, because don't get it confused, because there are multiple ways. If you use a built-in function, it's fine, but it is not needed from the beginning stage itself. You need to know built-in function, right? Because Python is for anyone, even if you don't have any background. If you are good at logical thinking, if you know how to use a laptop or computer, it's fine. That is my word, because by the end of the course, you will be able to build your own module and make sure that you create your own programs. That's what my thing, I can easily guarantee you, and just make it very very simple. So, you can easily access anything from that, you get the value, right. So, dot keys, dot values, dot items. Keys will give you only keys, values will give you only values, and items will generate the things in the format of pairs as a tuple inside a list. So, always remember this concept, because we will be using it for unpacking the values when we go for control statements and functions, because items always returns an object. The same thing is present in the PPT, which I will be sharing in the attachment. You need not worry about it, because it returns an object that contains basically key value pairs, that contains key value pairs, where you can easily understand how do you relate them. So, it contains key value pairs and how you try to return it. That is it. Items, keys, values. We have seen how to access items by using keys, how to access by using values, or if you go for a of 1, you get the things, right, because a of 1 or anything, whatever the dictionary you have, you can generate it. Now, let us try to make sure that how you can add elements into a dictionary. This is very very important point. Add elements into a dictionary. This is where you need not have anything like single add or append, because you only have update here. Let me prove it. This is your dictionary. When you give a dot, you have clear, which is same for anything. We have get items, keys, we have seen. Pop item is different. You have only update, you don't have add. How do you add single element? It's simple. Just mention the key and make sure that you give the value for it side by side. That's it. There you go. You got a new pair formed into a dictionary. It's very simple. You just, your left side is your key, right side is your value. You can directly assign a pair to it. And even you can do like this. If you go for a of 1 equal to 25, you see it's modified directly with the key. With key, we can modify the values. We can modify the values. So, make sure that when you are accessing keys, make it very easy and make it very careful, because that is where most of the people will make mistakes. So, here I have created a new pair into a dictionary, and here I have created a of 1 is equal to 25. I have just given, because previously for 1 we have 2, that is the value, but now it is modified to 25. So, make it very very easier. That is it. So, that is how you add a single element into a dictionary. Whatever it is, whether if you wanted to add and nested thing also, just make it simple. You can directly add it. So, this becomes a pair, new pair, and length keeps on increasing. You need not worry about it. Okay? That's where if I say order, it should be in order, right? 4 should come after 3. No, it is the way you give, the way it takes. That is a very simple explanation. What if you wanted to add group of things? There you get with the help of update, because update will just make sure that how do you update, how do you add all elements. Add all elements. When I say all elements, I can make it as group of. Add all elements into the dictionary. That's it. That means this is my dictionary. I just go for a dot. We have update, a dot update of, it is expecting some pairs, none update D from dictionary. That means don't do like this, because always for a dictionary it expects only in the format of pairs. You cannot give in any sequence. See, cannot convert dictionaries update sequence element. That means you just make sure that a dot update of, always use curly braces. You can go for anything. When I can give serial number here 25, I can give age as 26, any number of pairs you can generally go ahead. So, you can easily see serial number 25, age 26, it is being updating to the dictionary. So, if you want to add a single element, just make sure that you can go, you can create a key and a value, and if you want to add as a group, we can go for update. It is very simple. In the same way, how can we create nested dictionaries? Because the same process executes. That means if I try to give a is equal to curly brace open, and let me give my name and my details over there, something like I give age 27, and suppose if I write gender and I give male, this is one pair. Okay, that's it. Now, in the same way, you try to give something, anything related to any other things. If I give Sony, and if I give age, and if I pass 25 and gender, because you are making the value as a dictionary, just be careful whenever you are closing the braces. That plays a key role. It's gone, right? If you give a dot keys, what are the keys you are having? Saket and Sony. When you print the dictionary, you can easily see, right? If you try to access it, how do you access that? You access the entire key, you get the entire dictionary. What if you only wanted to get the age of Saket? Go ahead, again the subindexing concept, a of Saket of age. That's it, you get 27. And in the same way, if you want to update anything new, you can just try to give, if you just give a of Saket is equal to something like 253, what happens now? That thing is completely modified. So, do not worry about nested dictionaries, it is a way whatever you want to create, it is simple. So, update and directly passing with the key and value, you can add an element into a dictionary, and nested dictionaries is also simple. Now, we will understand how to remove elements from a dictionary. You have seen we already have pop item and clear, there is no remove here. What happens if I write remove? Simple, you will get an error called as attribute error. That is it, you see. Always see, if you are getting attribute error, that means that specific method is not present in that container or that function, because attribute error will always tells you that you cannot access that because it is not present. So, make it very simple, right. Now, let me make sure that I give simple pairs instead of nested dictionaries to make it easy to understand, because the same logic can be extended. There you go. When I go for a dot, let us see first pop. What does pop has done in list? If you give index, it will remove that value. If you do not give index, it will come from back. When I go for set, it is arbitrary thing, it comes in random thing, but when I go for dictionary, let me try not to give anything. It is expecting at least one argument. So, in pop, mention the key which you wanted to remove, you get the value. That is it, it is permanent again. And if you try to give multiple things like 1, 3 at a time, what happened over there? It is taking only the first thing. So you cannot pass multiple arguments into pop. So pop, if you give the key, it will remove the value, right? Now let me try to update my dictionary so that it will be more. So let me pass name. Let me pass the name as code and age as 3. Okay. So this is my dictionary. Now I got a new dictionary, and what happens for pop item? Let me throw that. So if I go for pop item, what it is telling you? You need not pass any argument, because pop item will make sure that you need not pass any argument. It will directly remove a pair, because it will come from back. You see, if I give again pop item, it will directly remove from the end. So when you go for pop, mention the key. If you are using pop item, that means you need not give any argument in it. If you pass any argument, it will directly remove, it will directly throw you an error. It's not removing, right? So pop item takes no argument. So pop, you pass the key. Pop item, you need not pass anything. And anyways, you already have this. What does clear will tell you? Clear will give you an empty dictionary. That means you can directly start giving, again updating it, right? You can pass, you need to pass only in the format of pairs, because you are working on dictionary. Always keep that point in your mind. It will be easier for you to understand. So a dot update, you are updating the elements, right? You are updating the elements into the dictionary. And as I told you, clear is removing all the elements. And copy, always remember copy for list or for set or for dictionary, you will be getting a new shallow copy of the elements. That means if you change the things in the original thing, this thing is not affected. That means S is this and A is this. Suppose if you are modifying A of 1 is equal to Saket, A dictionary is modified. That doesn't mean that C is modifying. Always remember this point. Yes, that is the reason I told you very clearly between a difference between swapping and copy, which I told you in list. So just remember that. It is very important, because this thing is helpful in any packages like NumPy also, because we have ravel and flatten over there. Just make it simple, the same concept. So copy is same. What if you wanted to delete? Because delete is a keyword which you can use for anything. If you give delete A of 1, that key is removed, right? But there is no slicing concept here. Always remember, because I cannot pass slices here. Delete A, the entire dictionary is removed, you get a name error, because there is no slicing concept in dictionary. How can you slice? If you give like this 1:3, how do you slice it? There is no slicing in dictionary. Only you can access the keys with, only you can access the value with keys. That is very important, right? So we have already deleted A, so you get name error, you have yes dictionary, right? So we also seen from keys. So whenever you give from keys, you are getting only keys. That means you can take anything like string or set or anything, you get a new dictionary, the values will be none. You can create a new dictionary with that. Now the very important thing which differs from any other type in dictionaries is where you have one more thing called as set default. This is very important, where most of the people will get confused. So make it very simple. The name itself says set default, because I gave a clear definition for that. When you go for set default, I gave you a simple definition, because set default will make sure that if you are having that specific key in it, it will return that value. If you don't have any key, it will add that pair to the dictionary. Something like this, set default of key name comma value, because already in this example you are having model. What is the value for model? Mustang. But here you are giving Bronco. So whenever you print of X, you get only Mustang. But in the next thing I gave place, you don't have place key in car. So this will be added to the dictionary, right? It is simple, but let us prove it practically. So here I will take the same example. Key. What is my key? I try to give 1,25. It should return 4 according to dictionary, right? It will return 4, because you are already having one key in the dictionary. So set default will always, it will always return value if key is existing. If key is existing, This is my own definition, so you just need not worry. Always think in layman terms, then it will be easier. If key is found, it will return the value. Otherwise, it will add to the dictionary. That's it. It will add to the dictionary. Let me prove that thing also. Why to delay? Yes dot, just go for set default of I want to add my name to the dictionary, and you need not pass in curly brace or anything. Just make sure you give this as key and give your value. That's it. There you go, you got the result as Saket. That means you are getting a new pair into the dictionary. That's it. Set default will make sure that if the key is already present, it will return the original value. It will not take whatever values you are giving. See, 3 is already present, you are getting 6 out of it. What if I take multiple things like this, something like if I pass like this, and why can't I give in this way 2 comma p? You see, by executing itself, what is happening over there? You see 3, you already have 3 in it, 3 is giving 6. Do you have this 2? Yes, you have 2, but what you are clearly seeing it, this is the new argument adding to the dictionary. Take that consideration, because the value is none. You did not give a value. How do you give the value for that? Just make sure that, how do you access that? You just access by giving this as a key. You just give this as a key, you place it in this, and you pass some 26. There you go, you get that as 26. So, make sure clearly this is not individual, you are making it as some argument. You are passing those things within square, within parenthesis. That means that entire thing is group of arguments. So, make it very simple. Set default will always return the value if the key is existing. If it is not present, it will add that pair to the dictionary. So, this is how about the adding elements into a dictionary, and you know keys will always return. If you write like this, you get a function. Wherever you see this output, always remember that this is the bytecode format where this is being stored. So, always use parenthesis to read the function, right, to get the result from the function. You get all the keys, and anyways you get, if you give values, you get the values, which we have already discussed. Items will give you items, right. The same way, if you try to go for a minimum of yes, you get error. Why? You are having a string, you are having a tuple pair in it. So, you can use tuples as strings as keys, but you cannot compare like this. That means, if you give like this, it is possible. 1:4, 2:6. What is minimum value? 1. The same way, you can pass maximum. Either you take an example before or store it in the variable. Just make it simple. When you go for a is equal to name of Codenan, and I write age is 3. If I give in this way, again if I try to give max of a, you will get an error. No, why did not get an error? Because you are having keys as strings. Just make it very simple with that, because if you pass a mix of them, you will get an error. But your value is number, but what are your keys majorly telling? Your keys are strings, so you don't get an error, because max of a, alphabetical order, n comes last. And what is min of a? You get age. And what is length of a? You get 2. And anyways type is similar. So, the same things can be expanded. That means, if you try to add a dictionary again like this, no, it is not at all possible. You cannot add a set with another set, the same thing for a dictionary. Is it possible? No. Again, a dictionary cannot be repeated, but a set can be repeated, and a list, what happens? It can be repeated, and a tuple can be repeated. Just always make sure that it is not a tuple, that is an integer. If you write like this, that becomes a tuple. Always stick on to the basics which we have learnt, the core logics which we have learned. So, this is all about dictionaries, how do we create a dictionary, and how do we access values from a dictionary, and what made dictionary different from all other type, because this is one of the very versatile used data type in Python. Just make sure that you are comfortable with using square braces, parentheses, curly braces. Now, we will use this logic to work on operators, and how do we make sure that this can be used in control statements and functions in the next series of videos. So we have understood the difference between single line comments and multi-line comments in Python. We have seen the list of keywords in Python, thereby understanding the built-in data types and sequences. Finally, we have also understood the main difference between sets and dictionaries along with their methods. So in the next videos, we will understand various types of operators. Thank you.